Bismillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. How is everybody? As always, I ask this question all the time. Inshallah, I hope you are fine and everything is good. So, and I hope that you had a nice week last week. Sorry for the delay. So, few things pop up right before the class, and I need to handle them before I join the class. But I hope it was not a long wait. I did put a message on the screen, so I read it. So, inshallah, today we are going to start with the next family that we're going to do, inshallah. But we will, of course, review the way we usually do. We'll review the families that we have done, the previous one, especially the family 8. We're going to review it, and inshallah, we take it from there. And my target today is to, if possible, complete the family 9 and family 10. So we're done from family 2 to family 10, because family 9 is pretty small family, nothing much to discuss in that. And family 10 is also very, very straightforward family. So we could potentially cover both of them today. And inshallah, then we move on to the family 1 next time, and some more discussions on the dictionaries. So, so mashallah, we have covered quite a lot quite quickly. So it's a good pace that we are going with. Not too fast, not too slow. And inshallah, recordings are available for you anytime you want to go back and revise something. So don't worry, they will be there, inshallah. As far as YouTube is alive, we have no plans to take them down. So, so please stay with us, stay tuned, and inshallah, we take it from there. Just a quick announcement as well. We have a new course starting on the 19th of May. It's a level 1 course. It's free, just like this one. The only request is, if possible, you can donate to the masjids that we have listed on our website. I'll quickly share that detail with you and just go through the website very, very quickly so you know. So my request to you is, if you can, encourage your family and friends to just join the course, not just for the donation. Donation is something not mandatory for us. What is mandatory for us is that people come and start to learn the language of the Quran, inshallah. So if you can encourage your friends and family to come and join, that would be really, really helpful, and inshallah become a sadaqah jariyah for you, and may Allah bless you for all the efforts that you put in this cause, inshallah. Good. So as always, my mobile phone is here. WhatsApp is here. You can ask questions on the WhatsApp here, and I'm keeping an eye on how the stream is going and everything, and I hope we will be good. So let's kick off, inshallah. So I'll share my screen with you, and then we take it from there. Okay. Here we go. So you should be able to see the screen very soon, inshallah, and then we take it from there. So first, I'm going to just show you the quick announcement that I've made. So we know. So this is Albayaan's website. So you just go to Albayaan.Online here, Albayaan.Online, and you'll find this course here. It's a new course starting the 19th in the Ramadan. It's a good point in time. Ramadan is usually very, very good point in time to start your journey with the Quran. It's a month of Quran, so why not? So, and we've kept the timings comfortable as well on Saturdays and Sundays, 11 to 12:30 during the Ramadan time. And inshallah, people should be fine with these timings. You're wide awake, and then you still have the energy because it's the beginning of the day, and you can spend your energy in a way to learn the language of the Quran. So I think inshallah it's going to be good. We will also be conducting this live Q&A session on the 6th of May at 5 p.m. British time, UK time. So for those who are confused, don't know if they want to join this or if this course is for them, please encourage them to join this live Q&A. Just come to this website, click on this link above or this banner. You'll go to the live Q&A, and inshallah you can ask all the questions over there. Okay. So please do encourage. Just click register now, or this poster, it will take you to the registration page. It's free completely. There's no charge to it. Everything is free here. You just, all you have to do is make an intention and start the effort, inshallah. So so once you're here, you can register below. There's a form below to register for this course. Just fill out this form. Takes literally 3 clicks, and then you're done. So we have also put this PDF here to give you an insight into what exactly you would be learning. So if you want to know more about what you will be learning, you can just download this PDF and then find out what you would be learning. It's a high-level overview, and inshallah, all of you have done the level 1 before you came to level 2, so you know what we cover. So please encourage your friends and families to come closer and come for this course and register, so they can also connect with the Book of Allah, inshallah. Okay, so I just want this PDF to load so you can see at least before we kick off the class formally. Okay. So while it loads, so you can also ask your friends and families to just click on this on the main page. On the main page, when they land on the Albayaan website, they usually have this option to go to recordings, just like you do in front of your course. Right. So if you go down, this is the new one, Quranic Arabic 1, which will start 19th of May. Then this one is yours. So if you click on the recordings here on the Quranic Arabic 1 recordings, you will end up on a page where it will give you a full list of lectures. We're going to study, what we're going to study, and inshallah, they will get good idea of what this course is going to cover, inshallah. So this, you have done all of this, and you probably know all of this. So inshallah, just encourage your family and friends to join. This PDF is loaded now. You see, there's a lot of stuff here. They can download this PDF, read in their own time what they want to learn, what they will learn, what they will not learn, and inshallah, it will help them. Okay, Jazakallahu khairan. Let's begin with our class. We're already over time. Good. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Again, let's start. Where did we end last time? We did family 8. We did the family 8. Okay. Family 8. So what did we do in the family 8? What was the family 8 about? Family 8, what did family 8 introduce? It introduces an extra alif at the beginning. Okay, it introduces an extra alif at the beginning. It introduces an extra ta after the first root letter. After the first root letter. Okay. After the first root letter. The masdar takes which pattern? Takes the ifti'alan pattern. Ifti'alan pattern. Ifti'alan pattern. Ifti'alan pattern. Okay, with me? Masdar takes the ifti'alan pattern. Okay. and we use the root letters. For example, let's construct quickly the family 8. So with root letters, let's say root letters, we used qaf, ra, and ba. Yeah, qaf, ra, and ba. Let's construct it with that. So it was iqtaraba, yaqtaribu, يقترب اقترابا. اقترابا. Okay. And the ism fa'il was muqtaribun, just like we deduced from the present tense. There's nothing changed here. Muqtaribun. Muqtaribun. Okay. Iqtaraba yaqtaribu iqtiraban muqtaribun. Then comes the passive. Longer u sound, one kasra. Remember? Longer u sound, one kasra. So it's uqturiba. 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 Now, present tense passive. Present tense passive. Shorter u sound, longer fatha. Shorter u sound, longer fatha. Yuqtarabu. 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 Iqtiraban. Iqtiraban. And ism maf'ul was muqtarabun. Nothing special. Nothing special. It's the same pattern. It's the same pattern. Muqtarabun. Iqtaraba yaqtaribu iqtiraban muqtaribun. Uqturiba yuqtarabu iqtiraban muqtarabun. Okay? And then we constructed a command which was iqtarib. You know how to construct the command, right? So I'm going to skip that. Iqtarib. So if you don't remember how we constructed the command, please go watch the commanding lectures. Not the commanding lectures, the lectures in which we covered the commands, and also the process of command we did in the last lecture when we did the family, inshallah. This is la taqtarib. La taqtarib. And muqtarabun. 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 Okay? That's what we did last time. This is family 8. This is family 8. We did another case. We did something. We said a few points that we also discussed in family 8. One, we said when two tasks come together, what happens? When two tasks come together, they merge with a shadda on them. Okay, so we did an example of ittaba'a. We did the root letters ta, ain, and ba. Yes, we did the root letters ta, ain, and ba. And what happened with the root letters? It was ittaba. It was like alif, extra alif, then the ta, which is the root letter ta, and then there's another ta, and there's another ta, which is the family ta, and then we set and the remaining root letter, for example, ittaba'a, and we changed it to what? Ittaba'a, by merging the two tasks together, and we put the shadda on it, isn't it? Remember that? Ittaba'a. Ittaba'a. That's what we did. Okay. Ittaba'a. This was the example we did in the class yesterday, last time as well. Okay. Then we did the case of ittakhaza. The case of ittakhaza. What was the case of ittakhaza? What was the case of ittakhaza? Wait a second. Remember the case of ittakhaza? So in ittakhaza, we said that in the case of ittakhaza, we said that ittakhaza is formed because of the root letters of ittakhaza. Do you remember the ittakhaza root letters? What's ittakhaza? Ittakhaza. Ittakhaza. The case of ittakhaza. What are the root letters of ittakhaza? What are the root letters? The root letters of ittakhaza are hamza, root Hamza, Kha, and Zal. Hamza, Kha, and Zal. Root letters. So when you make the sarf saghir, when you make the sarf chart of ittakhaza, you end up something like this. You have to put the extra. You have to put the extra alif. Then you have to put the hamza as the first root letter, just like this family says. Then there's a ta from the family as well. Excuse me. Then there's a ta from the family as well. And then you put the remaining root letters. So that will be a normal way of doing it, right? That will be a normal way of doing it. So ittakhaza. So it doesn't give you a flow in terms of reading, in terms of pronunciation. So what we do here is when the hamza and the ta comes together, when hamza and ta comes together, we fuse them together just like we did with ittaba. Just like we did with ittaba. So they fuse together. So we make them the hamza, in fact, not fused together. The hamza is replaced by a ta. The hamza is replaced by a ta. So we just fuse them together like this. Ittakhaza. Ittakhaza. Okay. So what effectively we are saying? So in the case of ittakhaza, the hamza is replaced by a ta. That's the first step. Okay. Then the two tas are merged. Together with shadda on them. Yeah. Okay. That's what we did. That was the case of ittakhaza in family 8. That was the case of ittakhaza in family 8. And that's it. Nothing more. That's it. You're done. You're done with the family 8. You're now family 8 experts. You can get any root letter and you can construct a full family 8 sarf saghir chart. Well done. Okay. Good, mashallah. So if you're struggling to recall, please go listen to the lecture, as I always say. Inshallah, 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 it will happen, and it will help you. Don't give up. Okay, Quran is also all about not giving up. It's all about not giving up. The moment you give it up, that's where you need to be concerned. So don't give up. Just don't give up. Allah has made so many promises in the Quran that He will make it easy for you and for me and for everyone else. But the only thing is you have to come with an intention to get guidance from the Quran. As far as you come to the Quran with an intention to get the guidance, and also with an intention to learn more, it will give you so much wisdom, inshallah. So just stay on the train. Okay. So that was the family 8. Today we're going to start with a family 9. Family 9 is very easy family. It's very easy, but it's something that it's also less logical. I'll explain you what that means. The family 9 is effectively it's a family which is very rarely used in the Quran. So it's used only 11 times in the Quran. Okay, as far as I know, it is used only 11 times in the Quran. And this family is used for colors. Green, blue, red, for example. Okay, it is used for colors in the Quran. Okay, it's a family of colors. Okay, and primarily it is used for colors like black, white, green, yellow. But don't restrict yourself to this. But generally speaking, these are the kinds of colors you may find used in the Quran, but it may be more or less. But the point is that this family is used for the colors. Okay. The thing to remember in this family is, in this family, the fatha, the fatha dominates in the present tense. In the present tense. The fatha dominates in the present tense. Do you remember in which families fatha dominated in the present tense as well, in addition to 9? You remember those families? There were 2 families in which fatha also dominated in the present tense. Meaning, where you usually get a kasra, like for example, in the case of iqtaraba, yaqtaribu, you got the kasra here, isn't it? You got the kasra here, yaqtaribu. But in these families where you have fatha dominating, you don't get the kasra. You don't get the kasra. You get a fatha instead, right? So those were family 5 and family 6. Family 5 and family 6. Tafarraka yatafarraku. Ta'awana yata'awanu. Okay? So the fatha, just like that, dominates in the present tense in this family as well. Okay? Then, oops, where am I? Cursor was somewhere else and I pressed the enter. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Then the master takes a if ilalan pattern. If ilalan pattern. Takes the if ilalan pattern. If ilalan. If ilalan pattern. The master takes the if ilalan pattern. If ilalan pattern. We'll construct that as we always do, inshallah, and then it will become clear. Okay, and because the fatha dominates in the present tense, the ism maf'ul, sorry, not the ism maf'ul, the ism file also has a fatha. Ism file also has a fatha. The ism file also has a fatha. Okay, the ism file also has a fatha. Now, good news. There was a good news in family 7 when we did. What was the good news in family 7? You remember the good news? Yes, there was a good news in family 7. The good news was there are no passives. No passives. There are no passives in this family. There are no passives. Therefore, no ism maf'ul. Therefore, no ism maf'ul. Therefore, there's no ism maf'ul. Okay? So one less thing to remember. There is no passive. You need to do the past tense, the present tense, the masdar, the ism file, and then no passives, no ism maf'ul, and then you directly jump into the command. Now on the command, listen to me carefully. This family does not construct a command in a usual way you would construct with any other family, like following the process, moving the fi'il into a second person first, and then making it lightest, and then removing the ta, and then checking if there is a helper alif needed. If so, give a helper alif, and then finding the haraka on the helper alif by looking at what? The second to last letter of the huwa form. Okay? And if it is dhamma, you put the dhamma. If it is anything else, you put the kasra. That's the usual process that you already know from the commanding. This family does not conform to that standard. Okay, and it has 3 commands. It has 3 commands. Okay, they're easy to remember. So it looks like a long list about this family to remember. Don't worry. When we construct it, inshallah, you'll understand. There are 3 commands and there are patterns to their commands that will help you remember this. There are 3 commands, therefore 3 forbiddings as well. When I say 3 commands, I mean 3 forms of commands. Okay, 3 patterns of command. It has 3 patterns of command, and therefore 3 patterns of forbidding as well. Okay. Three patterns of forwarding as well. And then the ism zarf is the same. So in this case, the interesting fact is the ism zarf, oops, one second. The ism zarf looks the same as what? Think. Not ism maf'ul. Why not ism maf'ul? Because it doesn't exist. There are no passives. It can't look the same as ism maf'ul. But remember this point? Ism fa'il has a fatha. And ism zarf also has a fatha in normal cases, isn't it? So it looks the same as ism fa'il. Ism fa'il. Okay? Looks the same as ism fa'il. How would you differentiate? Context. Context is going to tell you. Context is going to tell you if it is ism fa'il or ism zarf. Okay? The words around it, the ayahs, what they are saying, and so on. Okay? So, good. Let's start constructing this family, inshallah. Start constructing this family, inshallah. Okay? So I've listed a few root letters here, in these root letters, I'm gonna pick this one. This is usually the one people normally pick, so I'm gonna pick this one. Okay. So what we said. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to tell you. The fatha dominates. That's true, but also it begins with an alif. Okay, sorry. It introduces an alif at the beginning. Alif at the beginning. Okay, so I'm sure I've confused you even more. So let's go through this list again. So first two things are just informations. These are just information. Don't worry about them. It's just information for you. Okay. So don't concern too much about that. So they just use 11. This family is used 11 times in the Quran, and the types of colors it's used for is usually this black, green, white, yellow, and so on. It's just information. The real meat starts here. First thing, it introduces an extra alif. It introduces an extra alif in the beginning. Okay, an extra alif at the beginning. Okay, of the past tense, of course. And then in the present tense, the fatha dominates. That's the second thing. The third thing is the masdar takes if ilalan pattern. If ilalan pattern. Okay. The ism fa'il, fourth, ism fa'il has a fatha as well. It doesn't take the kasra because the fatha is dominating. Okay. There are no passives, therefore no ism maf'ul. It has three commands, therefore three forwarding forms as well. Okay. And ism zarf looks the same as ism fa'il. Okay. So let's construct this. So we know it introduces an extra alif. So I'm going to introduce that extra alif here with a kasra. Okay. And then the first root letter. Ih. First root letter. Okay. First root letter with a sukoon. First root letter with a sukoon. Okay. Then in the past tense, you have a fatha all over the place, right? Past tense, you have a fatha all over the place. Okay. So then you have the meme with a fatha, and then you have a ra with a fatha. but there's one change here. Okay, but there's one change here. Okay, so past tense and present tense not just have a fatha, but they end with a shadda as well. It's a shadda plus fatha. Shadda plus fatha. Shall I add it here? Okay. Okay, let me add this here so you remember. Okay, past and present tense ends with shadda. on the last root letter. Okay, on the last root letter. Okay, so it introduced the alif. Okay, and we're not at the present tense, so I'm not talking about the domination part. It's normal past tense, but the past and present tense both end with a shadda on the last root letter. Look at this shadda. Look at this shadda. Okay, this is a shadda on the last root letter. Okay, and it's beginning with the alif. Okay, okay, you see that? Good. Okay, so ihmarra, ihmarra, ihmarra. Then present tense starts with a ya as usual. Yeah, starts with a ya as usual. Yahmarru, yahmarru. What's the difference here? So you saw that there's a fatha dominating here. Yahmarru. It's not yahmirru. It's not like that. The fatha dominates. The fatha dominates. You usually have a kasra in the present tense here, isn't it? And it ends with a shadda as well. Yahmarru. Ihmarra yahmarru. Ihmarra yahmarru. Okay? And the extra alif bit was mainly for the past tense because the present tense does not start with an alif. It starts with a ya, ta, hamza, or noon, for example. Okay? Anitha beginning. Remember Anitha beginning from the level 1? Okay, good. And then the masdar. Masdar is if ilalan pattern. If ilalan pattern. Let's try to construct it. So if ilalan. So alif is there. Instead of fa, we have a ha. Ih. Ih, we have a fa. Ih. Okay. If I, instead of a ain, the second root letter is what? Mim. Ih. Ih, me. Lalan. And instead of a lam, we have what? Ra. Ihmi, raw. Ihmi, raw. And then there is a lam again. So the last root letter comes twice in the masdar. Just like we are putting shadda and making a sound twice in the present and the past. Ihmarra, yahmarru. Just like that, in the masdar, the last root letter is also repeating itself, making two sounds. Okay, and that's gonna be raw again. Okay, ihmiraran, if'ilalan. You see that? You see the mapping? Ihmiraran, if'ilalan. This one I'm talking about, right? This is the one I'm talking about. If'ilalan, ihmiraran. Okay. If'ilalan, ihmiraran. Ihmarra, yahmarru, ihmiraran. Ihmarra, yahmarru, if ihmarra, yahmarru, ihmiraran. Okay. And then the ism fa'il constructed in the same way as a present tense with the same usual process, and it will have a fatha because the present tense also dominating the fatha. Okay, in the present tense. So you say muhmarrun, 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 muhmarrun. Ihmarra, yahmarru, ihmiraran, muhmarrun. There's no magic here. Everything is the same. The same way we deduce the ism file the way we did in the previous examples in the previous families, right? Ihmarra, yahmarru, ihmiraran, muhmarrun. Then comes the good news. The good news is passives does not exist. No passives in this family. Okay, they do not exist. No passives in this family. They do not exist. Okay, there are no passives in this family. Okay. So because there are no passives, there's no ism maf'ul as well. Okay, don't want to distract you with the Quranic example. Let me move them down. Okay. So yeah. Okay. There are no passives in this family. Now the last two three things. The three patterns of command, therefore three patterns of forwarding. So the three patterns of command I'm going to give you here. Okay. The three patterns of command, pretty easy to remember. Pretty easy to remember. There's nothing special about this. There's nothing special about this. Okay. The first command is pattern is ihmarra, ihmarra, and guess what? It looks the same as the past tense, isn't it? It looks the same as the past tense. Ihmarra. How would you know it's a command? Context. Quranic context is going to tell you it's a command. In this case, you see it exactly as a past tense, but it's a present tense driven command. Command can't be in past tense. It's a present tense. So when you do the Arabs and when you do the sarf, you have to look at the context. You have to look at the context. What type of word is it? You see that? Ihmarra. This is the first command. Easy to remember. It looks like a past tense. That's your first reminder. It looks like a past tense. The second one, you can derive this from the first one. Instead of a fatha, give the last root letter a kasra. Instead of a fatha, give the last root letter a kasra. Make it opposite. Make it opposite. Yeah. We'll put a dash in the middle. Or just let me move it to the next line. Yeah. Marri. Marri. Ihmarra, ihmarri. Ihmarra, ihmarri. Okay? So first one you remember because it looks like a past tense. The second one you remember, it looks like, it makes the last haraka opposite. In the first command, it was a fatha. In the second command, it is a kasra. Okay? Everything else is same. Ihmarri. Okay? And the third command, what you can do and what you have learned, when there is a shadda on a root letter, when there is a shadda on a letter, it's effectively that letter is two times in that word. It's two times, just like in this case, for example. Let me go back. You remember this case, ittaba'a? This case, ittaba'a. So in this case, you have two tas and you merge them together to make a shadda, isn't it? So this means when there is a shadda, there is effectively two letters behind it, two same letters behind it, one with a sukoon and one with a haraka, one with a sukoon and one with a haraka. Okay, that's the same story here. When you do the third command, it's the ra with a shadda. It means there are two ra's, one with the sukoon and one with some haraka. One with sukoon and one with some haraka, and you derive it from the second last command, ihmarri. You derive it from this. When you derive it, you will end up like this. Ihmar. Now this is the first ra. This is the first ra. You're just breaking the shadda into two ras. You're just breaking the shadda into two ras. Because you're deriving it from ihmarri, you put the shadda here. Not shadda, sorry, kasra here. Ihmarri, and then you put the other ra. And you put the other ra. Ihmarir, ihmarir, ihmarir. And ha gets a sukoon just like before. Oops. Ha gets a sukoon just like before. I'm not struggling to find sukoon on it. Okay, good. So ihmarri, ihmarir, ihmarir. So what you have done is effectively broken down this ra into two. This previous ra, this previous ra, you have broken down into two. Okay, taken this and then you have made it into this. That's what you've done effectively. Okay, that's what you've done. احمر احمري احمرر احمرر. Okay, so first you derive it from the ihmarri, and then you got the kasra for the first ra, and the last ra has a sukoon. Makes sense because command is usually lightest as well, right? So you wouldn't want to put sukoon on the last ra. You wouldn't want to put a kasra on the last ra. Put a sukoon on the last ra, so the command remains the lightest. Okay. So once you have this, once you're done with this, is it difficult to produce the forbidding? No, it's not. It's not difficult to produce forbidding. All you have to do is introduce the second person form. And all the endings of these three forbiddings looks exactly the same. So it's going to be la plus second person lighters, isn't it? It's la plus second person lighters. If yahmarru or if ihmarra is the first command, in the second person it would look like ahmarra, isn't it? Ahmarra, kahmarra. It's the same. Tahmarra. It's tahmarra. It's the first command. It's the first forbidding. You derived it from the command itself. Okay. So you just need to know how to construct these commands, and then you can derive the forbidding as well. Then the second one you can probably already guess. Tahmarri, la tahmarri, la tahmarri. And the third one you can also guess, I hope. La tahmarir. Tahmarir. Okay, la tahmarir. Any confusion? It's just the same as commands. Just the same as command. All you need to do is to be able to construct the commands. Constructing command is easy. Step one, look at the past tense. That's your first command as well. It looks exactly the same. Step two, make the last haraka opposite. It is ihmarra, you will have ihmarri. Put a kasra instead of a fatha. Step three, break the last ra into two. The one with the kasra, break them into two. Ihmarir. That's your third command. That's the commanding process. And then you have forbidding. Take the first command, put a la in front of it and a ta in the beginning. La tahmarra. Take the second command, put a la in front of it and ta in the beginning. La tahmarri. Take the third command, put a la in front of it and ta in the beginning. La tahmarir. No magic. Nothing difficult here. Okay? It's all easy. Okay? Then the zarf. Zarf, I said, zarf looks exactly the same as ism fa'il, isn't it? This is what we said. Zarf looks the same as ism fa'il. Zarf looks the same as ism fa'il. So it's going to be muhmarru. Muhmarru. Muhmarrun. Okay? Okay? Good. Inshallah. Let's quickly construct another one. Inshallah. Okay. Okay, so let me. We're gonna take Seen, Vav, and Dal, inshallah. Okay, we take Seen, Vav, and Dal. This one. Please select. Okay. Okay. We're gonna take Seen, Vav, and Dal. I'm going to move this chart on the next page so it's cleaner. Okay. We take Sin, Vav, and Dal as our root letters. Okay. Okay, with Sin, Vav, and Dal. With Sin, Vav, and Dal is going to be Is, Vadda. Is, Vadda. Is, Iswadda. Iswadda. Okay? Alif in the beginning and Shadda in the end. Alif in the beginning, Shadda in the end. Okay? Iswadda, Yaswaddu, Yaswaddu, because the Shadda is dominating. So yes, Waddu, not Yasviddu. Okay? Not Yasviddu. So I'll keep the ihmiraran here, and then we'll construct the masdar for this, so you can map it as well. So it's going to be isvidadan. Isvidadan. It's going to be isvidadan. 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 Ihmiraran. You see that? Isvidadan. Ihmiraran. Okay? Now I'm going to remove this one. Okay? Then you have muswaddun. Muswaddun. Just like we did last time, we derive it from the present tense. Muswaddun. Muswaddun. Iswadda, yaswaddu, isvidadan, muswaddun. No families, no passives in this family. No passives in this family. Okay? No passives in this family. Now the command. What was the first step? First command looks like the past tense. So it's easy. So we just copy it like this. Okay? Iswadda. Iswadda. Okay? The second command makes the last haraka opposite. If it's a fatha, you make it opposite, which is a kasra, right? So, iswaddi. Iswaddi. Okay? And the third command, oh, not aswaddi, iswaddi, sorry. Okay, iswaddi. And the third command is going to take the previous command and break the dal into two with the kasra on the first one. Yes? Because there is shadda. They break the shadda apart. Iswadid. 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 Okay? Then forbidding. Put a la in front of the first command. Arata, and then complete it. Arata, and then complete it. Taswadda. Second forbidding. La taswaddi. Is something difficult here? Nothing's difficult here. Taswadid. La taswadid. La taswadid. Okay? And the ism zarf looks exactly the same like ism fa'il. So it's gonna be maswaddun. Maswaddun. Muswaddun, sorry, not maswaddun. Muswaddun. Muswaddun. Okay? Good, inshallah. Very, very good. Very, very good. Okay? You see this, it's not a difficult family. It's a different family than what we have done so far. So it's a bit different, but it's not difficult to remember, really. So if you know the past tense and present tense and masdar, that's true for all the families. So as far as you know the past tense, present tense, and the masdar, you can derive almost everything. It's very, very mathematical. Okay, there are tricks around it. There's tips and tricks that you need to remember. Okay, so don't shy away from practicing this, please. So there's some additional root letters here. Please do practice them, and inshallah, keep on going, keep on going. It will help you. It will really help you, inshallah. Okay. Let's look at some Quranic examples. I've brought a few Quranic examples for you to take a look. So look at this word. Okay, why is it not zooming? Okay, good. Mukhzarratan. Mukhzarratan. Now don't confuse yourself with this tan. Don't confuse yourself with this tan, okay? This is just because of the feminine bit. Okay? Don't confuse yourself. So what you're looking at is this part. This part, okay? So when you make things feminine, you put a ta in it, like Muslimun and Muslimatun. Yeah, you remember that? Muslimun and Muslimatun. Okay, Muslimun and Muslimatun. And you see this, the context is telling you it's al-ardu. Al-ardu is a feminine. This is a feminine ism because the Arab said so. You remember the bas? Because the Arab said so. It's feminine. So probably it's referring back to the earth. It's referring back to the earth. Because it's referring back to the earth, therefore it has to be feminine. Okay? So, but what is this? What kind of word is this? Is mukhdarra. Mukhdarra. Looks like ism fa'il or ism zarf, right? Like muswadda. Okay? It starts with a meme, and it's a lighter form. It's not a lighter form because there is a tanween in the end. This is a full word which is with the tanween. So you see a single haraka here because it's not the last. It's not the last haraka of this word. The last haraka is the tanween. Okay, if it was the last haraka, it would be heavy. It would be like mukhdarra, mukhdarran, or mukhdarrun, or mukhdarrin. Okay, but it follows the same pattern. So if I make, let's say, muswaddun light, how would I call it? I would call it muswadda, isn't it? I would call it muswadda. This is ism fa'il or ism zarf. Context can tell you when you do the analysis of the context, which we're not doing at the moment. What I want you to do is to be able to identify what is the sarf of this word. So what are the root letters of this word? The root letters, da with the tanween, you know it comes because it's feminine. Meen, you know it comes because it's ism fa'il or ism zarf. So the remaining letters are ha, zod, and ra. And you know it's family 9 because it ends with a shadda. Okay? It ends with the shadda. Let's look at the other one, inshallah. The next one. Muswaddan. So this is what we just did. You lucky. You are lucky, guys. We just did this one. So muswaddan. Muswaddan. So look at this. Muswaddun. We did the raf'a version. So it's a nasab version. Muswaddun. It's ism fa'il or ism zarf. Context can tell you. Family 9. What are the root letters? What are the root letters? Seen, Waw, and Dal. Alif can't be a root letter. Meen can't be a root letter because it's an indication. It's one of the 3 isms. Ism fa'il, ism maf'ul, or ism zarf. In this case, we don't have ism maf'ul, so it's either ism fa'il or ism zarf. Okay? Let's look at this one. Musfarran. Musfarran. Again, this is family 9 because it is ending with a shadda and a tanween, right? So it's like musawwadun. It's like muhmarun. Yeah. If you make them nasab, that's how it will look like. That's how it will look like. Okay. So meme can't be a root letter. Meme can't be a root letter. And alif can't be a root letter. So the root letters are Sod, Fa, and Ra. In the same case here. Meme can't be a root letter. Alif can't be a root letter. Okay. In this case as well, Meme can't be a root letter. And also Ta can't be a root. This Ta marbuta is basically because of the feminine part. Okay. And the last one. And the last one, inshallah. Okay, it's the same. So we've just done this one. It's the same. Muswaddan. Muswaddan. It's the same. Ism fa'il or ism maf'ul. Ism fa'il or ism zarf in this family because there's no ism maf'ul. Okay. Meme cannot be a root letter, and alif cannot be a root letter. Okay. Alif can't be a root letter. Okay. So Seen, Vav, and Dal. Seen, Vav, and Dal. So it's a family quite rarely used in the Quran. So don't worry too much about this. All you need to know is how its Sarf Saghir looks like. Okay, that's what you need to know. You need to know this chart. You need to know if you have to construct a past tense, present tense, and the masdar, how would you do it? Okay, that's what you need to know. Okay? It's pretty simple family. Three commands and 3 forbiddings, and we have learned you can derive the command starting with the past tense, which is the first command that it looks like past tense, and then from this command you can derive other commands by changing the harakas first and then by dividing the last letter into 2, breaking it apart. Okay, and from the commands you can derive the forbiddings. Okay, so less of a memorization, more of a logic here. Okay, so the thing that you need to memorize is effectively these 3 columns. These 3 columns. This is what you need to memorize. You should be memorizing these 3 columns because these 3 columns are going to help you. They will help you memorize them. Okay, they will help you.
Here are some suggestions. You can say Tesco stock price.
Sorry, this is my
Play Radio X. The mic's off.
This is my Google Home. Keeps on disturbing. I forgot to mute the mic today. Okay, good. So, okay, you get the crux. Excellent. This is family 9. This is family 9. Okay. And there's nothing much to tell you about this. That's it. This is family 9. There's nothing more. Okay. So I'll give you a minute or 2 to just digest this. I'll just zoom out a little bit here. Keep everything in front of you. Try to at least. Try to keep as much as I can in front of you. View multiple pages. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'll keep that in front of you. No, it's not working really. So I think I'll just keep this page in front of you. So this, I'll let you digest this a bit. Look at this page. Try to remember what we did. Okay, just spend some time here, 1 or 2 minutes, and inshallah, we'll continue afterwards. Okay, take your time. So 1 minute or so, just read through it. Okay, inshallah. Okay, Bismillah. I hope you got to digest this a little bit. It will get better. It will get easy, inshallah. So if you pick up these root letters and start to practice the charts, then inshallah it will become better and better every single time. So just don't give up. Practice is something that make you good at anything, not just the Quran or anything. If you want to become something good in something, if you want to become a good soccer player, you want to become a good engineer, you want to become good cricketer, whatever, but you need practice, isn't it? Without practice you just can't achieve it. You just can't achieve it. So that's something you must do. Spend time, create time for this. Okay, understand this, and inshallah you will get it. You will get it. I'm telling you, you will get it. So inshallah Allah will help you. Good. So I want to jump on to the family 10. We have time, and it's not a difficult family at all. We can cover this family in this class as well. So we have something more to do tomorrow. Okay? So inshallah, let me start with the family 10. Family 10 is pretty simple. It introduces an extra ist in the front. Ist in the front at the beginning, okay? It introduces an extra ist in the beginning, okay? And the master takes the istif'alan pattern. Istif'alan pattern. Takes istif'alan. Istif'alan pattern. Istif'alan pattern. Okay? The master takes istif'alan pattern. Istif'alan pattern. Okay? Master takes an istif'alan pattern. And that is it. Nothing else. It introduces an extra ist at the beginning, and the master takes istif'alan pattern. It introduces an extra ist in the beginning, and the masdar takes istif'alan pattern. Okay? And that's it. That's family 10. That's family 10. So we can construct this table fairly quickly here. So let me take the most well-known is this one, ghafara. This is ghain, fa, and ra. Let me take the ghain, fa, and ra here. Okay? I'm taking the ghain, fa, and ra, and what I'm saying is it's going to introduce an extra ist in the beginning. Ist in the beginning, and there is going to be a sukoon on the first root letter. Okay? So it says, first the ist is istaghfara. 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 Okay? So you have this you have this ist in the beginning, and then you have the sukoon on the first root letter, and then you complete the remaining past tense. Istaghfara, in the past tense, you have fathas all over the place. Like nasara, for example. Istaghfara, yastaghfiru. 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 Istaghfara, yastaghfiru. Istaghfara, yastaghfiru. Istaghfara, yastaghfiru. Now you see, it's a normal family. It takes a kasra here. There's no fatha domination as such, right? It just takes a normal kasra here in the present tense. Istaghfara, yastaghfiru. Now the pattern of the masdar is istif'alan. Let's construct this. Istif'alan. If instead of a fa, you will have a ghain. Istigh. Instead of a ain, you will have a fa. Istighfar. Instead of a lam, you will have a ra. Istighfaran. You know this word, don't you? Istighfar is to seek forgiveness, right? Istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran. Istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran. Istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran. Okay? You know this, isn't it? Nothing difficult about this family. It's quite normal. It follows all the normal ways of operation, if you want to put it that way. So istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran. And from the present tense, you can deduce ism file, just like you normally used to do. You replace the ya with the meme, put a thumb on it, and you just do everything exactly the same and make it heavy in that. Okay? Mustaghfirun. Mustaghfirun. Okay? See, just like we did all the time. Just like we did all the time. So I've made it heavy in the end, and I've put the meme with the dhamma on it. That's it. Mustaghfirun. Istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran mustaghfirun. Istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran mustaghfirun. Okay? Nothing special. In the passive, you know that it's a longer with sound, longer oo sound, and one kasra. Longer oo sound and one kasra. So it's gonna be like ustughfira. Okay, so longer oo sound and one kasra. Okay? Longer oo sound and a kasra. You see that? So this is the longer oo sound. There are multiple oos coming here. Multiple oos coming here, and then you have one kasra coming here. See that? Ustughfira. And in the present tense, you have a smaller oo sound and a longer fatha sound. Smaller oo sound and a longer fatha sound. It's yustaghfara. Yustaghfaru. Sorry, not fara. Yes, yustaghfaru. 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 So you see there's a fatha coming here. There's a fatha coming here, and there's a beginning starting with a u. It's a normal passive. It's not an exceptional passive. This is how we construct passive in a normal way. So there's nothing special. There's nothing amazing about it. It's all normal stuff that you already know. You're already experts of this. Okay, you're like advanced Arabic students now. So you're doing this sort of, and you know how to construct passives and stuff. Right? So it's nothing scary for you anymore. Okay? Istighfaran comes the same. Istighfaran. And how would I construct the ism maf'ul? I would just take the passive present tense and I would replace the ya with the meme and I will make it heavy just like I normally do. Okay? Mustaghfarun. 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 All right? Mustaghfarun. Inshallah. Okay. Now, command. Command in this case is constructed in a normal way. Command for yes. Command for yastaghfiru. Okay, this is the command you're constructing. So you take yastaghfiru first. Yastaghfiru. Taghfiru. You make it second person, it becomes tastaghfiru. You make it lightest, it becomes tastaghfir. Not tastaghfir. Tastaghfir, it becomes lightest, right? And then you remove the ta, don't you? You remove the ta, it becomes seen ta ghafir, ghain fir. Can you read it? No, you can't. There's a sukoon in the beginning, so give it a helper alif. Give it a helper alif. Okay, istaghfir. Now, what is the haraka on the helper alif? You go back to the huwa form. You go back to a huwa form and you look the second to last root letter. Look the second to last root letter. Okay. If it is a kasra, if it is a dhamma, you give it a dhamma. Otherwise, you give it what? Kasra. You give it kasra in this case. Istaghfir. Istaghfir. Come back here, write istaghfir. Hurrah. Come on, done. Istaghfir. Okay? Istaghfir. Just like you normally construct any command. That's how the command of this family is also constructed. Okay? Then you can construct the forbidding la tastaghfir. La tastaghfir. Everybody sees that? So we just took the second person lightest, this one. La plus second person lightest, isn't it? This is what we have taken. La plus second person lightest. La plus second person lightest for the forbidding statement. Okay. La tastaghfir. And the ism zarf is same as the ism maf'ul. Mustaghfarun. Mustaghfarun. Yes. Istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran mustaghfirun. Ustughfira yustaghfaru istighfaran mustaghfarun. Istaghfir la tastaghfir mustaghfarun. Done. Family done. Nothing more. That's it. That is it. Okay. Shall I construct another one quickly? Let me take this kaf, ba, and ra. Take the kaf, ba, and ra. So let's construct this again. Very, very quickly, inshallah. It's so easy. This family is very, very easy. This is very easy family. So don't have to. It's just normal. Everything is normal about this family. Nothing is really abnormal about this family. Okay? So it starts with an ist. That's what you need to remember. And the root letters we are taking are what? We are taking kaf, ba, and ra. Kaf, ba, and ra. Okay. So what we do is we say starts with an ist, as we know. Okay? And the root letters were kaf, ba, and ra. Ta has a fatha, and there's a kaf, ba, and ra. Istakbara. Istakbara. Yastakbiru. See, yastakbiru. Iftial is istifalan pattern. Istighfaran pattern. Okay? Istikbaran. It's istikbaran. Istikbaran. Okay? Istighfaran, istif'alan, istikbaran. It's the same pattern. Yes? And then from the present tense, we deduce the ism fa'il, putting a meme with a dhamma and making it heavy. Mustakbirun. Mustakbirun. Okay? Passives, longer u sound, one kasra. Ustak. Sorry. Ustuk. Longer u sound, remember? Ustuk. Bida. Ustuk bida. Now, present tense, shorter u sound, longer fatha. Yes? Yustak. Ba. Yustak baru. Yustak baru. It's a ba sound. Ba sound. Yustak baru. Okay? Istikbaran. 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 Ustukbara. Ustukbira. Yustakbaru. Istikbaran. And from the passive present, we can derive the ism maf'ul. Putting a meme with a dhamma and making it heavy. Mustakbarun. Mustakbarun. Okay? Command. Let's quickly construct the command process. Command for, wait a second. Command for yastakbiru. Yastakbiru, right? Yastakbiru. Command for yastakbiru. That's what we're doing. So we take yastakbiru. Take yastakbiru. Yastakbiru. We change it to the second person. It becomes tastakbiru. Tastakbiru. We make it lightest. It becomes tastakbir. Then we remove the ta. It becomes sin ta kaf bir. Okay. We can't pronounce it. We give it a helper aleph. It's takbir. Okay, we go back to the hua form and we take a look at the second to last root letter. Second to last root letter, and it has a kasra. Because it's not a dhamma, anything other than dhamma, we give it a kasra. Istakbir. So we'll write it here. Istakbir. Istakbir. Okay. Istakbir. And for the forbidding, we just take the second person lightest, this one. Tastakbir. Second person lightest. La plus second person lightest. Tastakbir. La tastakbir. Okay? And the ism zarf looks the same as the ism maf'ul. Mustakbarun. 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 Okay, done. This family is done. That's it. Alhamdulillah. Let's look at the Quranic examples, inshallah, before we conclude the class. So, Istaghfir. Istaghfir. What type of word is it? Is it a present tense or a past tense? You remember the trick? It's lightest. It's lightest. So past tense cannot be lightest. We have never learned to make light past tense, right? Lighter, lightest. It can only be present tense. It's lightest. It has a helper alif in the front, so we can say it's a command, right? It's a fi'l amr. Fi'l amr. In the huwa form. It's a fi'l amr in the huwa form. Like istaghfir. We have done this actually. Look here. Istaghfir. It's the same word here, right? This one. Istaghfir. It's the same word here. Istaghfir. Fi'l amr huwa. Let's come here. This one. What is this? Istakbartum. Istakbartum. So I know ist comes from the family. I know tum is an attached pronoun. Okay, so the remaining thing are kaf, ba, and ra. Kaf, ba, and ra. That's remaining. Okay, kaf, ba, and ra. So these are the root letter. Okay, kaf, ba, and ra. So we just did this one as well. Look, istakbara. Istakbara. Now this is the past tense. If I have to make a past tense for antum version, it's gonna be as it's gonna be what? It's gonna be istakbara. Istakbara. Then I'm gonna make it what is for the anta version? Istakbarta. Istakbarta, isn't it? It's gonna be like nasarta, isn't it? Istakbarta. And then for antum, istakbartum. Istakbartum. Isn't this the same word? Istakbartum. Isn't this the same word? Istakbartum. Yes. So it's a past tense. It's a past tense. It's a fi'al madi. It's a fi'al madi. Fi'al madi antum. It's a fi'al madi antum. It's a fi'al madi antum. Okay. Family 10. Yastakbiruna. That should be easy. Istaghfara yastaghfiru. So we said yastakbiru. 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 And then what? This is the huwa form. Nasara yansuru. Yansuru yansurani. Yastakbirani. Yastakbirani. Isn't it? This is the huma. This is the huma form. Yastakbirani. And then hum form yastakbiruna. Yastakbiruna. Isn't this the same word? Yastakbiruna? It is. Yastakbiruna. It's the same root letters. Ya, sin, and ta comes from the past, present tense, and the family. Una tells you it's a hum, and the remaining part, kaf, ba, and ra, tells you the root letters. These are the root letters. Kaf, ba, and ra tells you the root letters. Yastakbiruna. So it is going to be what? It's going to be fi'l mudare mudare hum, isn't it? It's going to be fi'l mudare hum in family 10. Fi'l mudare hum, family 10. Istat'a. Istat'a. If I take istat'ama, istat'ama, istat'ama. So if I take I know this ist comes from the family now. I know this comes from the family now. Now three letters after it is ta, ain, and mim. Alif cannot be a root letter. I know this, right? So if I just construct this surf chart for this family, I say istat ama, istat ama, istat ama. This is a hua form, isn't it? This is hua. What would be the huma? Nasara, nasara. You put an alif. This is not a fatha, this is a kasra, sorry. You put an alif in the hua form. So say is, isn't it? Istat'ama. Is it going to be huma? Huma form. Is this the same word? Yes. It's the same word. Istat'ama. So what is it? It is then fi'l madhi huma. Fi'l madhi huma. It's the fi'l madhi huma, family 10. You see the thinking process, inshallah? Good. Alhamdulillah. So, good. So we have covered quite a lot today, inshallah. Keep practicing. Don't give up. There's a lot we have covered today. Two families, but the two families we covered today because they were not too difficult. I know there's a lot of information here, but take a read of these notes. I will send you these notes. These notes will be available on our drive, shared drive that you already know. Inshallah, you can download anytime and read through them. It will inshallah help you. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. Keep on going, inshallah. It will become easy every time you do it. Every time you do it, it will inshallah become easy. It's a very good achievement that so far we have done family 2 to family 10. We're done with family 2 to family 10. And now you have these lectures for you to go back anytime and revise any family. Okay? Just make them stronger. It's not going to come. You're not going to be perfect just after one lecture. It's not going to happen like this. Don't expect it to be. If you expect it to be like this, then you will be disappointed. No, it's not going to happen. You will have to put this effort and show your effort. Put this effort in. Go back, listen to the lectures. If you have to listen it 5 times, that's fine. Just go listen to it. Just don't give up on it. That's what I'm saying. Okay. The lectures are there, notes are there, inshallah. Your WhatsApp group is there. Go listen to the lecture, read the notes, ask questions on the WhatsApp. When you read the Quran, look for the families, look for those patterns that you can identify, mark them, put sticky notes on your Quran, make your own notes. Oh, I found this ayah and I found this family and I think this is the root letter and stuff. Make this a habit when you read the Quran. When you make this a habit, this is an implicit, unintentional practice you're doing. And inshallah, that will really help you. It will improve things a lot for you. Okay? So don't give up. Tomorrow we're going to do something else. Inshallah, we have done the we've done the sarf for family 2 to family 10, which is the sarf mazid fihi that we that we touched in the beginning of this course. So inshallah, tomorrow we'll start family 1, hopefully. Okay. So I wish you a very nice Saturday and a very nice Sunday, inshallah, tomorrow as well. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day with your families. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.